A 30-year-old vagina generally will really be at the prime. So that's when the blood flow is the greatest. There may not have been yet damage to the vagina from childbirth. There are definitely changes in the vagina that occur with age, and actually if you took a gynecologist and blinded him or her to a patient, they could probably get a pretty accurate guesstimate on the age of the patient only by looking at the vagina. It's incredible, but it really is true. And if you look at, let's say, a teenager, that vagina is going to look very different than an adult woman, let's say, in her 30s. And really, a 30-year-old vagina generally will really be at the prime. So that's when the blood flow is the greatest. There may not have been yet damage to the vagina from childbirth. You have a limited amount of time where things like chronic infections or any pathology or diseases could have set in. And usually the health of the person attached to that vagina is pretty good. When you get a little bit older, now you're talking about maybe late 40s, close to the age of average menopause, and certainly after menopause, that vagina is also going to look very different from the 30-year-old vagina. So in general, we might see a little bit more atrophy or evidence of less exposure to our body's own estrogen. That makes the vagina a little more pale, a little more delicate, a little more sensitive. Certainly greater chance that there may have been damage to the vagina after childbirth, vaginal delivery. While it's a wonderful thing, definitely does damage to the vagina. You can't squeeze something that big out of an opening that large without doing some damage. And then things like chronic infections or diseases obviously can have an impact as well. So, you know, hormonal changes can have an impact, less lubrication, some injury, again, whether that's from having a baby or actual trauma, infection or disease, all can take its toll. And then certainly when you get to the other extreme of life, older women in their 70s, in their 80s, that vagina is really going to be very pale, constricted, almost in a lot of ways similar to the vagina of a prepubescent girl. So it goes full spectrum.